at that point.
Yeah, and I guess I think that's why these kinds of gatherings are really important in that way, because we know that it all starts with relationships and conversations, and yeah, certainly I think most of us are political, if not all of us, so I certainly would encourage, I'm happy to join that conversation too. Does anyone else have a question or a comment? I might just ask a question until someone wants to do the same. I guess from Footscray Community Arts Centre's perspective, yeah, I mean, you may have seen as you're arriving, but we run a program with people with disabilities, so 40 artists with intellectual disabilities share this space with us every day. And I don't usually think that we've done our job properly unless we've actually engaged with the wider community about access, disability, the discourse, and discrimination against people with disability. And more, I'm thinking that our activist work, although it's extremely important that we have rich, interesting, diverse, dynamic political, social, cultural programs here for people with disability and with people with disability, that a lot of our work's also outside this centre, because we're not really doing anyone a service if they have a really great time here and then walk out onto Moreland Street and down the road and have a really shit time. I just am interested to hear, maybe Anna, you've got something to say about that. And so you're doing really political work, particularly around the Gypsy or the Roma community, and how do you engage the broader community in that dialogue so that people who aren't coming to see theatre or aren't actually engaged in arts practice are hearing those stories?
Well, I think that's a very valid point, because one issue that we have and we're painfully aware of is that the regular audience of where we mostly present our work, Trafo, is like-minded people. So you're preaching to the chorus, and that is an issue, of course. My happiest moment in this way, because that's sort of a gypsy ghetto even, that area, and you don't see gypsies coming to the theatre. By the way, gypsy is a term that they are fine with, so I'm just saying. Because there is it's something that Roma is the politically correct term, but it's more complex than that. Anyway, so that the finest moment maybe was when we did a workshop called Roma, non-Roma, where does the hatred come from? And we worked with gypsy and non-gypsy youths in a workshop. And then when we presented that was the very first time in an almost 15-year history of this venue, of this very good venue, where more than half of the people were Roma. And other than that, you don't have people working there, you don't have people coming there, so that's a huge issue. Just coming back to Slaves of Justice,